This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus. Thank you for joining us tonight. It is National Night Out for fighting crime all across the country, including here on the Suncoast. One of the bigger events in the area took place at the 13th Avenue Dream Center in Bradenton. And that's where we find ABC7's Rick Adams joining us live tonight with more on that event. Rick.
Yeah, Haley, this was a very big event and a lot going on. It was an event that brought out a lot of people. It's a way for police to improve their relationship with the community and vice versa. Bradenton police tell us National Night Out is one of the most important events they participate in. On Tuesday, they say they hosted events in nearly a dozen different locations.
When police and the community have a great relationship together, great things are accomplished. And that's really what we're trying to do.
The National Night Out event at the 13th Avenue Dream Center did have the kids bouncing, sliding, throwing footballs, and hitting golf balls. This, along with many other activities and delicious foods, made it one very exciting night for everybody.
Very helpful. It's like we could all play or just play, and it's very fun.
Each year, Tony Savage says he looks forward to bringing the many kids he coaches to this event. He tells us this is a great opportunity to narrow the divide that may exist between the police and the community.
I know that the kids, they really into it because it gives them a chance to communicate and get to know the police officers and the fire department and everybody in the community, and this gives them an outlet to come up and have a good time.
And National Night Out is a free event. It usually takes place around this time of the year. Reporting live from Bradenton, I'm Rick Adams. Haley, back to you.
Thank you, Rick. A Florida senator from Bradenton is filing a bill that would make the city of Tampa pay $17 million to a disabled chef. Senators, including Bill Galvano, filed at least 18 claim bills for the 2018 session. Claim bills are a specific type of legislation that stems from people who were injured or die because of the actions of government employees. One of those claims involves a 1996 crash in which a Tampa water truck crossed 3 lanes of traffic and hit a local chef who was up and coming. He racked up more than $1 million in medical expenses and lost out on $80,000 per year in income. Senator Galvano's bill would make the city pay $17.8 million to the victim. All lanes are open at the Diverging Diamond interchange, but the Florida Department of Transportation is still closing areas of that interchange. The contractor is putting in a temporary detour tonight and tomorrow. It's adding an auxiliary lane in the north and southbound lanes of I-75, constructing new bridges over University Parkway and widening bridges over I-75. That construction, along with creating new sidewalks, bike lanes, and pedestrian walkways, is expected to be complete in the fall. The back-to-school shopping lists are out as the first day of school is less than 2 weeks away for Suncoast students. Studies show that parents are spending an average of $700 per child on supplies this year. The problem on the Suncoast is more than half of student families cannot even afford school lunches in both Sarasota and Manatee counties, let alone hundreds of dollars in school supplies. But thanks to the help of several community partners holding school supply drives across the area, the goal is to make sure that every student has the tools he or she needs for school this year. The Tiny Hands Foundation is hosting one of those drives.
The truth is that in our community, about 1 out of 5 children are growing up in poverty. And for some families, particularly, sometimes single-parent families with multiple children, back-to-school expenses are expenses that, they really can't afford. And as a result, the children often go without the basic tools that they need to succeed in the classrooms.
You can find a full list of the school supply drives happening in Sarasota and Manatee counties on our website, mysuncoast.com. And do not forget that tax-free shopping is coming up. Students at New College of Florida are receiving a well-rounded education, and they have a lot of control over their academic choices. That's according to the Princeton Review. The four-year college is among the 15% of American schools recognized in the review's New College Guidebook. It's based on interviews and surveys with students from almost 400 schools across the country. Earlier this year, the review named New College as one of 50 schools that, quote, launch careers by going beyond the classroom. Great news. And now let's head over to Bob and get a check on tonight's forecast.
Good news there, Haley. Some news and the weather is the frontal system has made it all the way down into central Florida right now. A rather active night here in the Gulf of Mexico with a lot of convection developing here and there. Nothing organized at this time, but it's all kind of streaming in our direction. Now there's a little dry air still to north, but that's a front that will work its way northward throughout the day on Wednesday, bringing with it you got it, a lot of rainfall and possibility of some thunderstorms. Right now, not much going on. Some light rain near Anna Maria as far as heavy weather goes. But we do have a lot going on out here in the Gulf of Mexico. And as I mentioned, it is weakening right now, so we're not anticipating anything too rough overnight. We'll see a few brief showers possible. But tomorrow, especially by midday, this activity will more than likely work its way northward and move in from the Gulf of Mexico. So keep that in mind. As far as the latest goes on what was, again, Emily, it's now just a low pressure area continuing to head off to the northeast. It's being sheared apart, all the deep convection well east of the center. Well, as far as our current conditions go, we do have some clouds around 82. It's still warm out there. Feels like 88 degrees. More on our weather coming up in a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. A North Carolina woman is under arrest in Honduras, and according to her husband, it is all over a misunderstanding. A can safe that she bought to protect her valuables while she was traveling was mistaken for something illegal, and now she is in jail for drug trafficking after airport security found what looked like a can of iced tea inside Amanda's bag. They cut it open and assumed the white particles were in the lining of this can that they were cocaine. Amanda was arrested and charged with trafficking in cocaine.
I mean, this stuff is so crazy, I don't think you could make it up. I mean, this is over a tea can, an iced tea soda can.
Authorities at the Roatan Airport don't have field testing kits for cocaine, and it could be days before lab results are finalized. Lawmakers in North Carolina say they have reached out to the U.S. Embassy in Honduras for help. New questions tonight about the changing stories regarding that infamous meeting with a Russian lawyer at Trump Tower during the campaign. Sources telling ABC News the president dictated the initial statement from Donald Trump Jr. that proved to be misleading. ABC's Emily Rao reports from Washington.
The White House admitting tonight President Trump helped craft his son's statement about his meeting with the Russians during the campaign.
The president weighed in as any father would based on the limited information that he had.
Don Jr. initially claimed he and the Russian lawyer discussed adoptions and that it was not a campaign issue. Then days later, emails revealed Don Jr. agreed to the meeting because he was promised dirt on Hillary Clinton. For weeks, President Trump's own attorney denied the president had any involvement with that original statement.
The statement that was released on Saturday was released by Donald Trump Jr., and I'm sure in consultation with his lawyers. The president wasn't involved.
But today, sources revealing to ABC News the president dictated this statement himself. The Washington Post reporting President Trump ignored advice to be more transparent and truthful.
He certainly didn't dictate, but, you know, like I said, he weighed in, offered suggestion like any father would do.
The White House and the president now facing questions about his transparency with the American people.
The president himself drafted a statement that was misleading. That's a big problem for the White House that's been trying to say he's not been involved.
Don Jr.'s story also changing when it comes to who was in that meeting. First described as just a 5-person meeting. Later we learned about 3 more people also in the room. Emily Rao, ABC News, Washington.
The Senate voted overwhelmingly today to confirm Christopher Wray as the new FBI director. The vote was 92-5. Wray succeeds James Comey, who was fired by President Trump. Wray, who is now a private lawyer, was a top Justice Department official during the George W. Bush administration. He was recommended unanimously by the Senate Judiciary Committee on July 20th. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the official Suncoast forecast, plus how surveillance video may be clearing a college student of rape charges. And 2 more medical marijuana businesses popping up in Florida, with others applying for licenses as well.
I am powerful beyond my wildest imagination.
I will define my future.
I will keep challenging myself to improve.
Because I am a future leader of this great nation.
I will make a difference in my community.
I will not settle for simply chasing my dreams. I will achieve them.
Because I was given a chance.
An opportunity.
At Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America.
The ultimate leadership experience.
Join us. We'll build a new future together.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has answered calls for recovery and treatment 24/7, 365 days a year. If you're depressed, drinking, using drugs, or taking pills, call now and talk to someone who cares.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Most insurance covers substance abuse. You can get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call 800-622-1941. 800-622-1941.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill, I'm creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Bob, a little bit of a different night tonight, of course, than the morning we had yesterday. So that kind of took everyone by storm for sure.
You think about it, you know, last week it was very dry, didn't have much rainfall at all. And we start off this week a little unusual in that we're getting this cold front that made it all the way down into Central Florida. Here we are, August 1st. It typically doesn't happen. Well, things are going to change too, and not in terms of this front. It's going to move northward, but still another one's on the way. Chad Stansel out at the Marauders game today at Lecom Park, sending this photo in. Appreciate it, Chad. And then another one, this one from Palmetto. And Dennis always sending them in, and you can see there's some clouds off in the distance. We had some rain up there in northwest Bradenton this evening. And then Fred Seeger always with a beautiful shot from Blackburn Point Road in Sarasota. Getting a little bit of glimpse of the sun shining on some of those clouds. Casey Key webcam, look at the clouds rolling in throughout the afternoon and evening from the Gulf of Mexico, and that's where our weather is going to come in from. Again tomorrow with a west wind. Typically we have an east wind overnight and throughout most of the morning, and the west coast breeze develops. But it's all been kind of disrupted by this frontal system that's out here in the Gulf of Mexico, and still a lot of moisture out there. As I said, we're not anticipating anything rough tonight. A few light showers, and there's one right there by Anna Maria Island. Also some activity off in the Gulf. But you'll notice the scale on there, very light rain falling across Anna Maria right now. Heavier storms down south off of Marco Island and southwest of Naples right now, but nothing really significant over land at this point. But that is going to change. The dry air has been kind of intermixed now with the moisture, and you can see that dry air for the most part gone as it heads off to the east. Not a lot of deep, heavy moisture around right now, but there is to the south, and as that front works its way northward, we are going to see that in place. So numerous showers, thunderstorms not out of the question. There's some conflict in terms of timing there on some of the models, but it feels very warm right now, 88 degrees, and the dew point is at 74. The high today was a couple degrees below average as a result of the increased clouds, but 90-degree is our normal high. 101 the record set in 1972. And rainfall, we're doing pretty well, both on the monthly and the national rain, the yearly rain. 77 in Jacksonville, 75 now in Orlando, 77 degrees in Miami, 86 in Key West. So warm and muggy there in Key West. So showers and storms at any time during the day tomorrow. Not everyone is going to get a continuous rainfall, but we will see pockets of showers and thunderstorms moving on in as that front works its way northward. Now, this is one forecast model. You'll see what's left of Emily heading off to the northeast, but then here comes the front northward as it drives northward. This model in particular is saying that the morning should be somewhat okay, but by the afternoon, showers and storms continue to roll in, and that will be the case throughout the afternoon and evening. Thursday, not much going on, and then this front comes down. Another front just kind of hangs there with more moisture working away around it. So we have to be very careful with these cold fronts. As I alluded to last week when I said the front coming down this time of year, usually it's in October, you see a little spin up on the tail end of it. Well, there's another front headed down our way. That water temperature in the Gulf of Mexico is into the low 90s for the most part, especially the central portion of it. Out in the Atlantic, all is quiet right now. We have a couple of tropical waves moving on through the Caribbean. There's a wave right there showing no signs of any kind of development at this time. Well, temperatures across the U.S. pretty cool across the Northeast and throughout the Great Lakes today, but still it's 73 in Boston now, 73 in Toronto, 78 in Minneapolis. And temperatures in the low 70s in Colorado, 92 though in Reno, one of the warm spots right now. For boaters, it looks like this tomorrow. Southwest winds at 10 knots. Now the winds and seas will be a little higher with those showers and storms developing in the afternoon. You may have to dodge those. Seas running 2 feet in the bays, a light chop out there, and the water temperature still very warm, 88 degrees, despite what Emily did and kind of worked the seas up a little bit, and that has a tendency to do some upwelling and causes cooler temperatures to move in for a temporary. Low tide at 2:53, a high tide will be at 8:51, and the forecast tonight. A few scattered showers are possible. As I mentioned, we're not anticipating anything too rough, and then 78 for your low. Tomorrow, partly cloudy. Look at that, 70% chance for storms with the ground saturated. Some areas could see some pretty good runoff, causing some localized flooding. On some of the area streets, the rain chances dropping a little bit on Thursday, and then it picks back up to the showers and storms coming in on Saturday and Sunday. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Surveillance video is credited for rape charges being dropped against a University of Southern California student. ABC's Danya Backus explains.
20-year-old Armand Primji was facing charges of drugging and raping a fellow University of Southern California student in her campus dorm room. He always maintained his innocence.
I knew from the very beginning that I hadn't done anything wrong.
And this surveillance video is one of the reasons those charges have now been dropped.
I thought that the whole case would go around my word against hers, but when I found out that there were cameras that documented the entire experience, it was very relieving.
The video shows the alleged victim, whose identity we've blurred, leading Primji out of a Los Angeles bar. Inside the bar, it shows the 19-year-old student approach Primji and repeatedly kiss him before taking him outside. Another video shows the student checking Primji into her dorm.
It told me what I had been telling myself this entire time, that what happened was with both of our consent, and it was definitely not a sexual assault in any way.
At the time of his arrest, authorities said the victim's roommate had walked into the room after the alleged crime had occurred. He was in the bathroom, and the roommate confronted him, and he left.
I didn't think that she was, incapable of giving consent in any way.
Primji's attorney says the young woman told investigators she couldn't remember anything after leaving the bar. Primji also admits he was intoxicated.
Without a video, I don't know what I would have done.
Primji's attorney says they also had a statement from an Uber driver saying the woman was all over Primji in the vehicle's back seat. Primji could have faced a maximum of 10 years in prison. Danya Backus, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Miami-Dade fire rescue units were dispatched this afternoon to the main jail there. Police say multiple inmates were suffering from seizures. Authorities say the inmates appeared to have overdosed on a synthetic drug. Miami-Dade police detectives are now investigating exactly how this happened. The first sexually transmitted case of Zika this year has been confirmed north of the Suncoast in Pinellas County. The Florida Department of Health says the person infected did not travel recently, but his or her partner recently traveled to Cuba and had symptoms of Zika. Both tested positive for the virus. The Department of Health reports there is no evidence of Zika transmission through mosquitoes in the state. Mosquito control is aware and it's taking action to reduce mosquito activities. 2 more medical marijuana businesses are joining the 7 already licensed by the state. The Florida Department of Health issuing license to 2 groups based out of Ruskin. Licenses for 3 other nurseries are also in progress. The new licenses are the result of a law approved by the legislature during a special session in June. The licenses issued today by health officials bring the number of marijuana operators to 9 in the state, which could help as many as 500,000 patients under this constitutional amendment. Sports is next, but first, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
Take a look at this. I mean, why wouldn't you? Is this you dressing up? Or?
This is it. This is as far as it goes.
And this is a great dress if you're eating and you don't want to get food on the bottom part of your dress as well. It's got like a whole thing going.
A flap.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Going on now. For every 2 windows you buy, get 1 more free. Call today.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Once you get atrial fibrillation, you need to have a very close relationship with your primary doctor. Prevention is the whole ball game here, because once you have a stroke, you can't undo it. A year without stroke, it's a year that you can enjoy doing the things that you've worked all your life to finally get to do. You took care of yourself. You did what is necessary for you to be around one more year. And then next year, we'll celebrate one more year without a stroke.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7, your Suncoast News.
A new poll on just how happy Americans are right now in the next Health Smarts.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now, sports.
The Rays looking for a win tonight in Houston after a tough loss last night to the Astros. The Rays get on the board early in the top of the first. With a runner on second, Evan Longoria goes way back to left off of Mike Fiers for the 2-run homer. Next batter, Logan Morrison drilled one out to right off of Fiers for the solo home run. Rays in the lead 3-0. Now to the top of the third with a runner on second. Longoria shoots one into the right field corner for the RBI triple. The Rays score another in the third, bringing the score 5-0. The Astros' Alex Bregman drives one to deep center off of Chris Archer in the bottom of the inning, but the Rays' Peter Borges makes the great leaping catch there to rob him of a home run. Right now, in the top of the ninth, the Rays are holding on to their lead 6-4. NFL training camps have been open for less than a week, and Tom Brady is already on top of the league. The Patriots quarterback ranking #1 in merchandise sales in a list compiled by the NFL Players Union. The list is based on the total sales of officially licensed NFL player merchandise from March through May. Dallas Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott was ranked #2, and Dallas QB Dak Prescott was #3. Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson rounded out the top 5. Steph Curry is trading the court for the green, at least for now. He's entering his first professional golf event this week, the Web.com Tour's Ellie Mae Classic. Curry finished an impressive 4th in the American Century Championship in Lake Tahoe a few weeks ago. Curry says he's not going into the event blindsided.
I've gotten a lot of advice from some of the pros out here, some other guys I know on the PGA Tour, and they basically just say take your time, be patient, and just stay in the moment, because a lot can happen.
I mean, does he have to be good at everything? It's just unbelievable. The Westgate Las Vegas Superbook opened him as a 3,000-to-1 long shot to take home the title. The golfer with the second worst odds comes in at 80-to-1. Usain Bolt, the Jamaican sprint king, held a press conference today, and yes, we got to see his trademark lightning bolt pose as confetti and streamers fell from the ceiling. The 8-time Olympic gold medalist will be retiring from the track world next week. He has not lost a major individual event in a decade. He says his athletic career might take him in a different direction. He's considering playing football to, quote, get a different rush. Do you see the theme here? These people who are amazing athletes, they're just good at all of these sports. Can they just spread the talent? That's a look at sports. We'll have our winning lotto numbers right after this.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that, and with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251. 800-628-1251.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Warren Woodard and his wife had a big surprise over the weekend. They saw a black bear lying down at the doorstep, asleep. The couple called police, and when the officer pulled up in her car, the bear jumped and ran away. Then the bear started running toward Warren, so he went into his garage. He says if he had made one move differently, he may be telling his story from the hospital. Oh my God.
Don't wake a sleeping bear. I guess that's the story there.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
I guess you just got to wait it out till it leaves.
Yeah, I guess.
Can't leave your house. That's.
We'll get porridge in there, maybe. You know, that's anyway.
No, because then they're going to keep coming
that's
back.
What I'm saying.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, don't do that. Another area of low pressure developing in the Gulf of Mexico, so we have to keep an eye on that. Tomorrow, it could be another tropical system. Well, John Scalzi will let you know.
Yep, and then Bob will follow up with that in the afternoon. We'll see you then.